Happy Tuesday, 5 September 2023. I've got the final chapter of my high school swimming career. This is the final award / honor temporally, because it worked a little bit differently for my scholastic swimming career. High school, Shorewood High School, State of Shoreline, Washington State, United States of America. I swam all 4 years, so I started high school in the autumn of 2006 and graduated in the spring of 2010, which is 4 school years. And we could participate on the school team for those 4 years, and I participated all 4 years. I am thinking of potentially showing what a letter award certificate looks like, and then I've already done something for covering my letterman's jacket, but maybe pull it out and kind of show the award and explain what a letter award is. So I might go back to the first one I got of that back in 2006. But as in a culmination point, so I was a swim captain. We had a big team, so we had more than one captain, and we were voted captain by popular vote. So everybody on the team got to fill in. Divers voted for their diver captain, and then the swimmers voted for 3 people, and the 3 people that were voted the most were the captains. And so I was one of those 3 people. The other 2 people were varsity-only swimmers, and I was a varsity and junior varsity. I swam for both. And so I was the varsity ended up being the most overrepresented, which is definitely true at stuff like the Olympic Games, right? When was the last time a junior varsity high school swimmer won a gold medal at an Olympic Games, right? Kind of thing. Never. But, so I was junior varsity, and the people who either swam junior varsity and varsity or just junior varsity was like, maybe 2/3 of the team, kind of thing. So it was the majority of the team fell under my purview. I personally, so I did vote for myself. However, I voted for 2 other people who were in junior varsity. So I was the only captain for the 2009-2010 school year that I voted for. And so we were voted in the 2008 to 2009 season. The team voted, and then we received you are now a captain, but to get the plaque we had to serve in the captain for the year. And I'm treating this one a little bit differently. So this is 2009 2010, because the captain role was kind of like, it's a leadership role, but it's also kind of a support role. So like, even if I'm I graduated in 2010, so if I see people from the swim team at high school graduation, it's still being supportive in that setting as well. So it's about the pool, being in the pool, but also outside the pool for the school year, being kind of a resource, so to speak, for other people on the team. This included, so it is an award and honor in that sense. It is also a service role, in the sense of, I would say leadership role, but serving the team, because like we would coordinate, okay, are we going to do kind of a get-together before districts and have team bonding? Are we going to do, how we are, me and my parents or one of the other captains and their parents would be in charge of like bags or distributing bags, or who's in charge of swimsuits. All right, we had to choose swimsuits each year, so it wasn't a school team suit. We chose the suit that everybody wore. So there was which isn't something that at least currently happens with the Olympic Games, right? A swimmer doesn't go, they don't put a swimmer in charge of choosing the swimsuit for everybody, right? At the Olympic Games for the United States of America anyway. We did in high school. So we were all coordinated, and we had to choose swimsuit that was that we liked the design of, but we had people of all shapes and sizes on the team. So we had to choose a swimsuit inclusive of body types. It's the hardest thing with a swimsuit, is does it fit size 2 and like size 22, kind of thing. Or does the brand, that kind of thing. And so, yeah, so, and we would give like little talks at the beginning of practice sometimes. This is the year that I, in hindsight, might be, so I have low blood pressure, and I actually fainted. The other captains and swim captains and I were up giving a talk, and I fainted while we were standing on this like balcony area and like slumped against the window, and I fainted later and hit my head and got amnesia and like cracked my skull with amnesia and stuff. But it was a scary moment for the team, and that was my captain year. People thought I fainted because I didn't like the color purple. I think it was ruled as stress because I was going through college applications at the time. So this is my senior year, so I was also I was taking a full college course load. I was doing Running Start, so I was attending classes at Shoreline Community College, earning my first college degree. While I was doing this, I had jobs. I was applying to college, like university, four-year institution, stuff like that, in addition to the swim team. And the other, yeah. And how did I kind of approach it? So it was a lot. And the most inspiration, I put out a video already for the 2008 Most Inspirational Award, and that's kind of a good, I'm not going to repeat what I said there, so if you want to know kind of my approach to the 2009-2010 year is the same kind of as the 2008-2009 year. And so just being very supportive of the teammates, making sure that when we go to do cheers before the meet to get like pumped up, before like the events start, making sure to step out of the way since I was junior varsity and varsity to make sure that junior varsity seniors also got the chance to lead a cheer, right? Because the varsity only ones were, you know, type A personalities where they're like, this looks good, I'm not gonna let anybody do this. They were kind of control freaks, and I was kind of like, everybody needs to be included, so I'll step out and let somebody else take that role, kind of thing. So I was the only of the three that was capable of being like, this is actually a team sport. I'm gonna let other people have voice, right? The other two were varsity only. I think they both swam in college. Like one of them was Division I NCAA and stuff. And I was like, oh, that goes with that territory, at least in my experience. And so yeah, there was that, and so it was similar in approach to the 2008-2009 swim season. We also we could each year, sweatshirts. There was one parent would be in charge of sweatshirts. Like parent as in like kid and parent, because the parents, all three of us, our parents were active when they could be. Shorewood High School. So when we were captains, we also got this on the hood of our sweatshirt. So in addition to a plaque, and I think we got it on our sweatshirt. And yes, and then low blood pressure. So they said it might have been low blood pressure, but it was ultimately deemed stress that I fainted. But I have low blood pressure and I know it now, but the indicators have kind of always been there. But in hindsight, it's like, I don't know if that was part of low blood pressure. I have had some of the symptoms kind of my whole life, but like, I didn't know it was low blood pressure at the time. And then my last note about this is, because it was a leadership role, I did a bunch of reading about leadership and how to be a leader. But the person I was most similar to and kind of invoked in how I was a captain was a captain. I think she was my freshman year. She was a captain, Lilia Stickel. She was a swimmer. She swam breaststroke, which I did in varsity, but she was much faster. And then she was also played water polo. And of the three swim captains, I was the only one who played water polo for the high school team and swam for the high school team. So I was like, of the three, right, Lilia Stickel might not apply to the other two, right, in terms of aquatic sport repertoire, but she was like, okay, she's faster than me and better than me at water polo, but there's a repertoire overlap. And I was also the most personable of the three captains, and she was a very personable individual. So it's like, okay, can I remember kind of when she was captain and how she was captain, and like, I'm similar to her. I'm not the same as her, but what kind of high notes should I think about as a leader of the team? So that's a little bit about that, and some sweatshirts, I guess, but we did have to pay for the sweatshirts. they were not free. Yeah, but that was my final year. Really, so I guess if I were to sum it, the approach was really, it's about kind of everybody but me, but also me because I'm part of it. Oh, and I came up with a cheer. That was the year I came up with a new cheer. It was, so at the end of the meets, we would do kind of a cheer. So like 2, 4, 6, 8, you played really great for like soccer. So I came up with goldfish, goldfish, swish, swish, swish. You swam like a fish, fish, fish. And so we did that at the end of a meet. and then congratulate the other team. But I actually came up with that Everett that year. So that was another thing I contributed. Yeah. But that was senior year of high school. Pool swimming. And it was a relatively high note, I suppose.